Super Mario Brothers blew up the box office over the weekend, which is great. We all knew it was going to, regardless of what people were thinking about. You know, obviously we talked about the reviews last week. I think it's currently still sitting at a 54% with that, which is still half the critics were okay with it, even though some of the good reviews seemed like a little backhanded, but you know, when it comes to the box office, people just showed up. People just showed up, and I think we're just going to have like this, we have a new universe that's going to be showing up right now, you know? Illumination needs to they're going to be jumping on this. I mean, this is also after we have two Sonic the Hedgehog movies that did very well at the box office and were well received too. You know, the first Sonic's great. The second one was, I don't think it was as good, but it's pretty damn good. It's still good. And the third one's supposed to be coming out too, and we'll see what happens when it comes to that. But got the box office numbers when it comes to Super Mario Brothers. And it made $146.3 million. Actually, domestically, right there, I don't know why that was opening. Okay, so domestically it sits right now, but it opened, of course, with $146.4 million. But currently it's sitting right now at $375.6 million right there. So just blew up the box office internationally. Didn't do as much internationally as it does domestically, which is pretty interesting right there. So blowing up the box office right there. And hey, even Air did pretty good. I mean, 14, it's at 20 million, 20.2. People went out to see Air as well. So don't sleep on Air. Well, you can sleep on an Air mattress, but don't sleep on Air, the movie, okay? Don't sleep on this movie. It was a great movie. Saw my first reaction. Really, really enjoyed it. Very well made. Ben Affleck did a phenomenal job. The whole cast did a phenomenal job when it came to this movie. So don't sleep on that. But if you're a Mario fan, definitely go watch Mario. And this is just like I said, people are already talking about Smash Brothers. We were already talking about on the Vodka stream. We were talking about Zelda. When is the Zelda movie going to be happening? I mean, there's so much potential. I mean, and there's potential for the sequel. Obviously, they talked about Jack Black wanting Pedro Pascal to be Wario. That's a possibility. Just talking about Luigi's, you know, the mansion game, because obviously we got a little hint of that already. Spoiler. Well, you know, you kind of already saw it in the trailer. But anyways, yeah. So yeah, there's just a lot of potential here. I think they're going to be jumping on this, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens when it comes to other video games, because obviously that was always the struggle. Like, how many years, how many decades have they struggled to try to do stuff with video games? And they try to do live action as much as possible, and it's like, you really can't. With these video games, especially these, you really can't do live action. I mean, we saw the monstrosity that was the Super Mario Brothers back in the 90s. And if you haven't watched it, give yourself a watch. I would highly suggest you, or something like that, or, you know, I don't know. Or, you know, do something like that if you're going to watch that. It's a pretty tough watch, even though I watched it a lot when I was a kid, because I was a kid. I didn't know any better. But anyways, I think like when it comes to these movies especially, yeah, they're just going to be, it's all got to stay with animation. I mean, Sonic is animation with live action. But there's no way you're going to be able to do live. Even when it comes to Zelda probably could work live action, but I think they're going to stick with animation. I think they're just going to have to, right? I don't know. I don't see Zelda becoming live action, even though it probably could work. But then again, it's like they could do a live action Zelda movie in the vein of like a Lord of the Rings style. I don't know. And then also have the animation. I don't know. We'll see.